Hello student, today we start the BSc second year paper 7, paper 7 that is fish developmental biology. Paper 7 fish developmental biology. Within that already we are completed unit number 1, unit number 2 and unit number 3 we are already started. Within that the one point of that reproductive biology, sexual dimorphism in fishes already we are completed. Okay. Then bit number 3 that is maturity stages in male and female fish teleost. Maturity stages in male and female fish teleost. How it is maturity stages come on? Teleost belonging to the Katla, Rohu, Mrigal. All are the fishes are the seasonal breeder. And how can they mature? We will see in this concept, in this topic, that is the maturity stages in male and female fish. Okay. The seasonal morpho-histological changes during testicular cycle in teleost means the cycle is completed after the 1 year. In that time, how can the changes, how can the stages is come out? Okay, of the male maturity stages in male. First of all, we can see the male, then the female. First stage, that is the first phase, that is the resting phase. Resting means already the breeding is completed. We know the breeding in month of June, July, August. Then the resting phase. This is called the resting phase. Breeding season June, July, August. After that, the phase is called the resting phase. Soon after spawning, a period comes between August to September. In some scientists they told that is the August to September, but generally September is the resting phase. It's also right, August to September is also right, but generally September is the resting phase. Okay, the testes are thin that time. That time how it is? The testes is how it is, that the phase is resting time. Resting phase. The testes are slender, translucent and yellowish in color. Histologically, seminiferous tubules are small in size and full of spermatogonia. We know the spermatogonia, all the procedure we know how the sperms is formed. Spermatogonia, primary, secondary, tertiary, and last the sperms and spermatids and sperms are formed. This is the first stage, that is the resting phase. Already the breeding is completed. The first stage is called the resting phase. Okay. Then the preparatory phase. Preparatory phase. Next stage. Normally it comes between the October to December. Already last slide we see up to the August. That is the resting phase. Next stage means life cycle. How the life cycle is complete and the sperm, how it is formed the sperms. That time how it is the testes. It is presented by these aspects or this topic. Normally it comes between the October to the December. The morphological appearance is almost similar to the resting phase. Means morphological appearance is the same except that there is a slightly increase in volume and weight of testes. Means in resting phase is similar points to the preparatory phase. Only one point is that increases in the volume and the weight of testes. Is the important point. In this phase, the one important point, that is the volume and the weight of testes is increased. Histologically, slow mitotic activity is seen and the spermatogonia start dividing. Important thing is that spermatogonia start dividing. Already I told that the spermatogonia, primary, secondary, spermatid and sperms. The stages, in this stage, the spermatogonia start dividing to the process for the sperm. The next one, that is the maturing phase. How the maturing phase start? Spread generally between January to March. Up to the December we are completed. Then January to March, eggs or the testes formation is lightly increases. That January to March. Then there is gradually increases in the volume and weight of the testes. Already in the last slide, we know the volume and the weight of testes is increased. Spermatogonia start dividing. In this one, that is testes uh, appear between the January to March, gradually increases in the volume and the weight of the testes. Testes look more vascular and acute. Intense spermatogenesis take place. Spermatogonia reduce in number and numerous primary and secondary spermatocytes are seen. Important point is that in the maturing phase, primary and secondary spermatocytes are seen in the maturing phase. This one is the important thing in this slide. Okay, then spawning phase. We know already the spawning phase June or end of April, normally the April to June. During this phase, the testes show a well marked increases in volume and weight. Okay, they are pink in color. Milk oozes out, pressing the abdomen. When the fish is fully mature at the time of spawning phase, when we press at the abdomen in the at the anus place, the melt oozes, Dudasaka oozes is will live on this position. Histologically, the seminiferous tubules large in diameter and are full of sperms. Means spawning phase is completed near about. Different stages of spermatogenesis and spermatogenesis may well be marked in various lobules. Okay, this is the spawning phase. Last one, that is the post spawning phase. It is also called the spent phase. After the breeding, lightly one phase is that is the post spawning phase. It is called the spent phase. Normally it comes from July to early August. The testes become fleshed due to the excessive discharge of sperm. Then already sperms is discharged month of June, July. The volume and the weight considerably reduce. When the sperms is reduced, that time is that volume and the weight of is also reduced in the post spawning phases. Changes, what's called in the changes in the post spawning phases, that is the volume and the weight is reduced due to the sperms is discharged. Histologically, empty and collapsing seminiferous tubules are seen, some of which contain residual or unreplaced sperms. Okay, the spermatogonia are the only germ cell during this phase. These are termed as resting germ cells and are known to give rise to next generation of the sex cells. Means after the July August, the post spawning phase, then the process is start for the generation of sperms. This is the stages of testes. The next bit, that is the maturity stages in female. Already we seen about the maturity stages in male. The next one, that is the maturity stages in female. How the mature female? Seasonal morphohistological changes during ovary in Teleost. First of all, normally first phase, that is the resting phase. It is also same in the testes also. There is also the resting phase in ovary, resting phase. How it the resting phase in ovary? Normally in between August to September, because already the breeding take place month of June, July, August. Then next stage, that is the resting phase. The ovary looks small, thin thread like translucent pale or dirty white in color with inconspicuous vascularization. Histologically, ovary show ovigerous lamellae having nest of oogenia and immature oocyte in the stage first and second. In this stage, we can stages first and second in the resting phase. After the completion of breeding, the stage is called the resting phase. Okay. Then during next stage, that is the preparatory phase, that is during October to December, the ovaries become slightly large. Means processes goes on. Means development is started. Large, thicker and yellowish in color. Ovary becomes slightly larger, thicker and yellowish in color. There is an increase in weight of ovary. Already, that is in testes the procedure is also same, in the ovaries is also same. The increases in weight and ovary. Histologically, oocytes in stage 3rd and 4th are present in large number. Oocytes are present means development of eggs or ova. Then the maturing phase. Generally, it comes between January to March. Lightly, the progress is going on in the January to March. There is a gradually increases in volume and weight. Same procedure already we need in the testes also. And ovaries also the same. Generally, gradually increases in the value and the weight of the ovaries occupy about 2/3 to 3/4 of the body weight. This weight is high in the ovary. Vascularization increases and the blood capillaries become conspicuous. Immature oocytes are reduced in number and stage 5th oocyte make their appearance in large number. This is the stages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to the 7. Means maturation stages. They mentioned that stage number 2, stage number 3, stage number 4, stage number 5, all are the stages going to the maturation. Immature oocytes are reduced in the number and stage 5th oocytes makes their appearance in large number. Okay, a few stages that is 6 and 7. Already I told that is the stages is nothing but the maturation stages of OA. A few stages that is 6 and 7 oocytes are also present. Then the spawning phase we know already April to June. During this phase, ovaries show a well-marked increases in the volume and weight. Of course, in testes also when the spawning phase, that time volume is and weight is increases. Same condition in ovary also when the during the spawning phase that is increases in volume and weight. Okay, there are yellow in color with a large number of translucent eggs. Urine wall is almost transparent in the spawning phase. The last one that is the post spawning phase. It is also called the spent phase. Already told after the breeding, the resting phase. Above the resting phase, that is the post spawning phase. It is also called as spent phase. Normally, it runs between July and early August. The ovaries are fleshed and sac-like, reduced in volume with dull color. Why? Already the breeding is take place. The ova or the eggs are completed, reduced from the ovary. The vascular supply is highly reduced. Histologically, the ovary show discharge follicle along with stage 1 and 2 oocytes. Discharge, already breeding take place, there is no. So the discharge one follicles along with the stage 1 and 2. Okay, this is about the maturity stages in male and female fish. Okay, thank you.